to get their first appearance in the major in the final RMR of this game. If all turns out to be the case, which certainly seems to be, Future looking at Valve ranking invites for the majors, which, you know, you can have your opinions on it, but I think the one thing that is sad is we don't get these moments, right, where you're the highest intensity, you know, you're playing for everything, and the emotions that come with that when teams, underdogs especially, qualify to majors. But we're in, folks. Enough chatting. More counter. Heroic big on Ancient.
Enough of just straight yapping. Let's get to tapping. There you go. There's a cool saying for everyone.
You saved some lines.
Yeah. But anyway, big pistol round about to begin. And Heroic start with everyone over towards A. Just Kicksam waiting over in middle. If big, go B. Big win the pistol.
Not guaranteed, because at least Heroic have played
Yeah,
kits.
well, they're playing for retakes, so.
But this is, yeah, you are kind of right. This is a crazy setup. This is a huge gamble.
You're going to start to see some movement on it soon, you imagine.
Yeah, Heroic need to be very quick about this readjustment. Bigger like, this is too good to be true right now. But it ain't.
Yeah, are we doing dry runs? What is this?
No,
Where is everyone?
Very cool catch from J-Raz, that seeing that they threw a decoy on the lineup before they threw the smoke. So if Heroic see that decoy stream in the sky, they would throw a molly, they would drop their util, then the smoke comes down later. No one here, now they all are. 5v5 retake, they brawl it long. You said this one's done, it's only just begun, and it's all coming up for Heroic.
All right, Searson, 1v4 as Heroic have stormed the board on this retake play. Searson's not long for this world. 3 players swinging him on the ramp side, and so Heroic put all their faith in their ability to retake, and they were right in that.
Yeah, it can be very hard to hold on to B post spawns on Ancient. It does definitely feel like that, where you have, you know, positions like Donut on the A site that can be almost too overpowered for a post spawn. The angles are way less forgiving for a B post spawn here, even with such an open bomb. So Heroic, huge gamble, but well played. Come through as a unit. So does JDC force Galil out mid.
That's really ugly for Dexter. Certainly had a chance at something there. But ends up with naught. Kicksang going to take up the angle, take up position in the red room. Oh, but it's red rum, straight murder. JDC deals with Kicksang. There's the double up from Nerds down in Donut. Drives a hole right through the middle of Big.
They know there's 2 in there.
Searson's super wounded now, and Tessa's trying to clear out red, but look at the bomb. Look at Tabson go.
See ya.
Oh, wait. He's been spotted now. Feels like he kind of have an open runway to go B. They've seen a lot of players in rotation. They saw two in Donut. Backstab Searson misses its mark, and Tabson dies trying to make it across.
He knew he could have run. He knew he could have run the whole time. Maybe just feeling like they would have hunted him, but wanted to go back to Searson, who had a gap, but bit of a disastrous round for Big despite ample opportunity. Only a force bite. They've got an eco now. Rogue playing with 4 rifles. Should be stress-free.
JDC catching that smoke actually made it better. It missed. It was going to go real deep. Nerds tested by the pistols, but can't live up to it. It's Tessa swinging out from the heavens that looks to normalize things. The pistols still have found good damage here to open up. Tabson's even grabbed that M4. But getting pushed by Dexter from red. This angle now held. The one guy who actually has a bit of runway here is Crimbo.
Take a swig. But how can tabseN get to him with the bomb so loose? He's kind of got to play for kills. Clearing out the red room would be huge, but they've lost tabseN, and mid's just been retaken by Heroic. They already are showcasing a really nice style on the CT side. Giving up a lot of gaps, but playing together and playing active enough that it's okay. And now they realize what's open and where Crimbo could be. All timing, but back to it for Heroic 3-0. Liking what we're seeing already for Heroic.
Yeah, I think the thing for Big off the start of this is just that there were chances across really all but that last round to have sweetened the deal here, whether that was the plant from tabseN in round 2, whether that's the pistol round where you get an empty B site but then fall down to the retake. You could have gotten off to a nicer start, but this is your time to kind of right those wrongs. They come out with their guns now. JDC edging the smokes in middle, manages to brave the Molotov onslaught out of Heroic. And he will plant the big flag down here in mid.
Yeah, it does look like a good sign. They seem to be getting through these mollies pretty easily. I don't know if they're landing deep enough for Heroic. Already something to keep an eye on, but Big just burst B with 4 players. And with that site being open for the taking, take it they shall. And all the kills in middle for JDC as well. 5 on 2, Heroic saving if they're allowed. Dexter can't even stay here forever. Bomb will kill him. This should be fine. 100 health.
Terrorists win.
I mean, JDC starting strong is certainly a good sign. I think it's an interesting talking point is JDC, because obviously where the Mao's squad, and we always credited that old academy system that the Mao's team had, and how Mao's NXT went on to essentially become the main Mao's roster after admittedly a bit of hesitancy, but one that they were quick to embrace. JDC was one of their original members, and obviously ended up getting removed from that group of players, and so while they've gone on to find a lot of success, he's kind of been left on the outside looking in, trying now to replicate this with the big squad. 2 quick kills out of JDC in middle. He's certainly delivering these openers for Big. So with a strong start from John De Castro, Big look for their second round. 5 on 3, it's a good place to find yourselves. They're just going to walk this contact play again up the B ramp. Regon deals with Kixan, and even now they know about Tessez back here over in Cave. He's retrieved that AWP from the body of searson. But a backstab on Dexter, and that second AWP does not get out of there. So Big 2-3, but the money broken. They're about to equalize this up.
They didn't even try and save. Just fighting the smoke, spamming with the AWP. I thought it was one shot, then he'd run away, but Heroic now have nothing to play with. And yeah, JDC, big impact in 2 big rounds for Big. Large. A couple of multi-kills in middle makes your life a lot easier. We'll see how Heroic react to it in a 4-buy next round. This might be the A main push or a donut push with a flash instead. Gonna swing JDC. Yeah.
Surprising amount of value out of that, but Big are able to keep it in check. They were very much ready for a swing out through middle. So right now, like the immediate... Ooh, a little pitchy there after a long day. For Heroic, it feels like the big problem for them to try and reel in is dealing with JDC in mid. And from there, they can start looking for other avenues. But with how active he's been in every one of these rounds so far, out in this mid area of the map, you can't let him have that much confidence. You can't let him take that much space. So let's see what Heroic cook up here as they bring out their first timeout.
Very important round for Heroic, otherwise they're going to be down in the mud on this CT side. No AWP on Dexter either. Big gives CSN a chance to pick B. JDC is again out middle, alone. This time Heroic conceded completely. CSN finds a pick. Regon opens up the site, and suddenly Big are just storming in. Tessez on his own has to put up a multi, and he's not ready for CSN scoping up. Big, just keeping it pretty simple right now, and it's working wonderfully.
I actually think it's really cool to see Big play like this, where they're not doing anything crazy. There's no insane strats like play here. A lot of it is just sort of
4-1.
In a bunch of these rounds, they have dry contact walk up B ramp in the mid round and found their openers. And there were times in the past with this Big team where it felt like they were always trying to be like really clever and play everything by the numbers. And sometimes it ended up feeling like they were quite scared a lot of the time in these sorts of moments.
Sure.
But right now they're playing like they're heavy favorites in this game. They're not outbraining themselves when they get given real estate, when they get given a chance to go for these openers, they're taking it.
And this is not a Heroic who are uncomfortable or unfamiliar with the map. They play almost just as much as Big do, and they're on an 8-win streak, Harry, over the likes of VP, Astralis, Na'Vi, Ents, the Mongols. Some very good ancient teams. So kind of no excuse for Heroic to know how to answer these poppy B plays. Going to respond with some aggression on this eco. The big flash late out lane, and oh, beautiful spray. Regon. Recovering. Big, they could have just walked out A right there. They forced all of Heroic over. Gonna check their perimeter. The smoke down in middle. Regon recommits to B. This is dangerous though. Low health. One shot from Shush can end this. And then Big is stuck in no man's land. Shush checks. Regon waits. It's the mid retake. Nerds. Only one and done. Pistol overwhelmed. It's only pistol on Dexter. No shot. Big 5-3 up. Just playing very simple CS, and it's working well.
Going to try to do something about middle. JDC has been nothing but problematic here, and so Nerds, with a bit of help from his friend there, run boosted across. Good for the opening. Regon makes it out into heaven, and Nerds is fully unaware of that. As Regon threads the needle, sneaking through. Now they take away the cave control. Even with the missed Molly, Tapson still commits to that push.
Takes a spam battle. Next has the cross in mid as well, but Searson, keen peek.
I do not know how he wins that.
That's insane.
That is a mind-boggling shot from Searson. Regon's going to try and keep them leaning over here towards B. Was hoping that was going to be a chance at an opener, actually, as the bomb's still floating around here. This is the B commit. Crimbo, is he going to clear close? Because Tessez lies in wait.
Bro, look at Searson. He's flanking Temple. He really wants his A kill, but He can't commit.
I mean, right now, Crimbo is waiting for CSN to make the move. They are playing this to the final margins. And even if he has a chance to find Kickstand, they won't learn about Tesses. That will become the swing fight, but he just turns around. And so Crimbo, perfect decision to slow down, give CSN room, give CSN time. And they reap all the reward. It's just Shush left now, 1v2. Heroic almost don't want to admit defeat here. Not with a game that's starting to slip away from them. Oof. Walks past the kit down in middle. Half the time ticked off this bomb already, and Shush decides not to give it a go. Big, and that slow down in the mid-round to give CSN the chance onto a winner.
Yeah, that's a 4v5 as well. Nerds winning that mid-fight versus JDC, who comes through the smoke yet again. See some beautiful bit of AWPing in this game so far. And a very cheeky fake out. Surprise Heroic let him get away with that backstab so late in the round, knowing mid had been open the entire time. And that's so awkward for Tesses, who just turns.
2-on-3 to find your 6th straight round for Big.
Big are back, baby. They want a major. And a Heroic who have, as I said, great track record on Ancient. Starting off very slow here. These teams both had easy opening games, made light work of PWE and Sashi. Thanks as AWP saved for him.
I think the thing now for Big is, like, you've seen this squad get off to good starts before. It's often like holding on to the lead that they struggle with. So let's see if they're not afraid to keep it this sort of stripped back and simple to open up. Heroic were adamant this was going to be the mid play. They played super heavy on that part of the map. Tesses was alone in this B hold, and they have boosted up to try and control middle now. Tapson never knew about that. Shush, the element of surprise from the boost puts that rifle to work. It would be very big to fall down here. And Dexter on this angle over at long, holding it with the AWP. Big with no real estate anywhere else. And look at that minimap. They have been boxed in over here at B.
Smoke on long will go a long way right now because Dex has still got this easy angle. He's going to have to reposition with Flash as he gets back on the line. It's his. Regon denied. CSN, surely not. Dex is passive enough that he's not offered a kill. CSN has to trade on the flank and should look to save. Although, so much money. Get some damage on your way out. Nerds wallbangs him. And Heroic, that was a low econ round, in fairness. They bought in. They had an AWP, had an M4 rather, but didn't have a lot behind that. So nice find to keep this game going after 6 rounds in a row for Big. Heroic respond.
Yeah, the decision to put money into that one is wild, but you know, Heroic, they did have the game plan. They had the idea for how they wanted to problem solve in that.
Nice, good job. Sick boys, let's do, boys.
All right, Big, let's see. Is this going to be a great T-half? Or one that peters out towards the end, and Heroic handed a second chance back into the matchup. CSN holds, given a chance over in Donut. The reswing from Nerds is mad. And CSN was not expecting it. Every bone in your body tells you scared him off the angle.
Look at Nerds' damage.
He's brought them all down low. Smoke spam for Nerds. Now locks Regon out. Tabson makes it across into the red room. JDC has that bomb on his back, and right now he's over towards the heavens. It looks like Heroic actually want to try and claim some space out of Donut. This is not a standard maneuver. They're pincered between heaven and Red, they were hoping by doing it together they could still trade out, but that trade is never given over to Nerds. The bomb, however, and this is the big problem right now, is still on the Heaven line, but Dexter's just left Red. The one guy who could have stopped it. Heroic are leaning heavy over towards B. They've read this one wrong.
That might just be a save. I mean, positionally, huge disadvantage, and Nerds is desperately looking for a way back in if he gets a quick kill to tempt him, but seems like the call is there. We have the money. Let's risk it. We have to give it a go. And I respect the call. Swapping off the orb for a rifle. Heroic with low time. Got to stick that bomb pretty quick, and it's Nerds with a kit. He finds 2 kills in the meantime. Good util, but they've still got to get on that bomb, and Searson just disallowing it. Shot after shot through the donut. Tessa saves. So damage, which will matter not. And Big, who win out the half at worst case.
Terrorists win.
Blimey. Where did this Big come from?
It even feels crazy, you know, Heroic having to try and go for that. The fact they get it close is even more insane, but you were dead on. Like, Searson just had so many chances to put a stop to that. I think the real problem was they didn't have like a smoke for the bomb or for Donut, and suddenly, you know, that can be a very different round. But they went into it quite dry, and that's a bit of a problem for Heroic when Big have had so much time to get set up in those post plants. Big on the verge of a very strong T side here. Not prepared that to say it would do all the legwork just yet. Heroic are no slouches on their T half. That's where they're going to look to bring most of the pressure. But I'm just liking the brand of Counter-Strike that Big are playing right now. It's, as we said, you know, quite stripped back. They slow down a bit in the mid-rounds to try and have that fear creep into Heroic. You know that Heroic like to do these sort of buddy system moves to go and clear map control again, and so Big have been punishing that more often than not. Searson's AWP is delivering. JDC was winning that mid-fight time and time again. And Regon has been a nuisance over towards the B side of the map.
Yeah, funnily enough, it's the players that you would expect maybe to be having more impact, tabseN and Crimbo, who have been relatively unneeded in this game. I think tabseN had a good chance in the round where he had the bomb in red, but haven't really seen Crimbo be in a round-winning position yet. There's still time. Right now, story is all JDC and Searson. Can they keep it clean? As it looks like we should be getting back in. Crimbo giving the nod. And Big looking for a beautiful 8-round T-side. On a map, Heroic have an 8-win streak on over Tier 1 teams.
Aubrey enters the field here for Dexter. Has yet to really leave a mark in this game. If you're Heroic, you're hoping maybe this can be his round. It's more of the same for Big. JDC taking mid control. Shush is trying to throw a bit of chaos the way of the Big roster. Crimbo has made it past here and deals with him on that aggression. This missed red smoke, Nerds was trying to play around it. But as that starts to fade, he'll have to be a little safer over here in mid. There's the re-smoke from JDC. Nerds still very much has a line here.
All it is info though right now, and he can't even call about donuts. They still have to remain a little bit paranoid and therefore only have 2B. Does Dexter want to gamble? I feel like at this point in the game, you can't blame him if he does. Nerds has just re-cleared middle as well. So at this point, the call is it's either 4A or 4B, guys. And they don't know which.
Nerds jumping up, spotted by Regon, but he gets out with the kill. You see him lurking there. You batten down the hatches and prepare for this B play big. They're chasing ghosts here. Nerds is left middle. JDC going to try and open up as he roots in through the cave. He's got Sears and Zorp in behind him. Tessez with a jiggle. And in comes that volley of util. JDC needs the openers. Kicksan caught looking the wrong way. They knew about the cave players, but he's paranoid about ramp. Here's the backstab. Nerds getting reactivated from this mid lurk, and it's all left on a Crimbo. Oh, Nerds with a blinder. The one ray of hope here for Heroic. 15 kills deep. Finds them their 5th round to close out this CT half.
One of those games where he just feels like he has to do everything right. Quick flank, spams the plant off the bomb, grabs the orb so he doesn't have to reload and just keeps up the intensity. That's the Nerds we know. Rarely refusing to stop. But it's still only 5 rounds on the CT side. Big absolutely control this game.
Yeah, great to see Nerds looking like this, though. It was back in that end squad where he secured Rookie of the Year last year and joins a Heroic that ended up being in desperate need of his output. And so he's certainly providing right now. That is something to look forward to if you're Heroic moving into this T half. As mentioned, this is where you expect them to do their best work. A pistol round brings you right back into this if you're Heroic. If you're big, it could help you put a bow on this whole game in your run to try go 2-0.
Storming out mid. They're going through the red smoke as well. util thrown over A, so the destination clear. Taps him in an off angle, catches him in the back of the head. That volley will not stop the push. 2 CTs running it down. Tessez try to chase and he finishes Tapson. 2v2 now. He has the bomb. Got to be very careful here. Can he get out as they hunt him down? Tessez retreats to the donut and space taken by Shush in the meantime, but an ugly whiff puts Searson low. Low will not stop him. 2-on-1 now. And JDC in the sight. Tessez doesn't know, but he doesn't need to. Out of there like a light.
JDC gives chase, sure, but he's going to be too far away. Tess says sprinting, and JDC wants that element of surprise. 3 kills deep on his way to a crazy round, as Tess says, and there's only 1 more to complete it. And that would re-energize this half for Heroic. Give them a real good shot here on their T side. Tess says knows the impact of this. And he's gotten away from JDC. John does not know where to look. Clearing out ramp. No spot, no info. And Tessez just tucks in, plays the long game. JDC committing to a stick, calling the bluff for Tessez. Oh, does land the shot, but with no kit, it's no chance. Tessez clutches up and has brought some hope to this Heroic Ancient after all.
Yeah, super awkward timing with Searson backing up into the bomb site, right? I guess trying to group up with his teammate. Not really even a blame game you can play there. JDC just tucked in safer, not wanting to give away 1v1s, and it results in his teammate dying. Well played for Tessez and Shush. The Danes in Heroic get it done. Heroic, classic second round call, just a full A rush. Big up no one here. It's lock and key, 7 apiece, should be.
Yeah, just a formality here for Heroic, trying to keep it nice and clean. Nerds can make a bit of money, Stands to make a bit of money as they try to come out through Temple. These MAC-10s go hunting. And so 7-all is secured. Tie game delivered by Tesses on the back of that pistol round. Heroic going to keep these MAC-10s in place, so expect something a little bit faster here. A big ready for that. It's a very Kixan call.
Won't challenge mid like JDC. Got the max outside B, rifles in mid. Lineup looks shaky to me anyway. It gives info the big one actually playing for middle. They have a guy in red. It's the open donut that could be the surprise. Heroic feel like they've done enough to distract middle. They're going to regroup for a B hit.
And they would be right in that. Bigger, super heavy, leaning over towards this A side of the map, leaving just tabseN and Regon to fortify B. And you can see that JDC is trying to sprint over right now. It looks like he will get there in time, right as Heroic hit the go button on this push. That util streaming in over the top. JDC tries to play close to the Molotov. The flash catches him, but Regon's bought him enough time with that opener. 2 from JDC. tabseN lets Kixan get across, lets him get past. Smoke fades, Kixan! What just happened there?
That didn't even look like 4x3. He was right next to him. Tunnel vision on that smoke fade. While he watched Heaven, Dexter, he's been done nothing this game. He needs a couple of kills here. He needs to get into the match. 1v3, and Crimbo just deletes him. The two bottom performers clash, and it's Crimbo coming out on top with impact. Big 8 rounds, but felt like that Kixan tabseN 1v1 was the breaker. Should have set Heroic up for a simple 2v2.
Looked like Kixan became alt tabseN out of the game. That's a wild head-to-head.
Yeah, it's just like your position, you're not expecting so much that you just don't even, your eyes don't even adjust. Bit dark in the cave, but not that dark. That's very awkward.
All right then, Big. Finding their footing on the CT side after all. Flash out into the bottom of elbow. JDC was winning this so often in the first half, and he keeps it up now, fighting back from the heavens. Dexter with a key trade at least, or equalizer rather, as Crimbo was caught playing close to those smokes. Heroic group over here in main. Tesses left to lurk over on this B site, and as the util comes over A, they nearly had ceasiN offer this line, but he seesaws back in. And he sees them moving out of main. JDC, edge of the smoke. Wow. There's no stopping this guy right now. Kixan finally will, but left out all alone. Regon on the rotate. And Tesses, who was the one guy over at B, trying to keep attention there, trying to disrupt the rotates, is now left as the clutcher, and Regon denies. Big take 2 in a row, and Heroic are now broke as Big have a chance to reach double digits.
Big playing with balls in this game. That much is clear, right? Be it the early B pops on the T side, some of the more explosive rounds. JDC solo mid, risking it all. This one as well, just coming through smokes, re-peaking, winning the fight. It does feel like an off day for Heroic. No one's really hitting in the same way that Big are. But glad to see Big just playing flow state. And Heroic down on pistols now as well. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. Did not expect to see JDC be the carry in this game, but he's delivering on all fronts. And Crimbo chasing ecos. Just trying to keep this round decisive for Big. Oh, no one does it like that. 10-7. 3 in a row. Heroic got to wake up now, or they go 1-1. And sure, it's not the Heroic of old, but this is a Heroic that have made the last 5 majors ever since they attended their first. Not dropped a ball once, been consistent, made playoffs, 2nd place. I mean, last major in Copenhagen with this similar roster, non-full Danish roster, was their worst placing ever. And that was still top 16 going 1-3.
From the outlook, this is one of the safer looking rounds for Heroic, right? An all-in call over towards A. Once again, with Tesses lurking out over at B, JDC will be this only point of resistance. He does have Crimbo starting to move in over at Donut. And actually, Heavy rotates in middle, but if Crimbo doesn't find at least a double, this is a done deal. Shush, full blind, needed that kill. And was just about able to get it. Big run for the hills. They give this one up.
It was right there, man. Felt like a lineup guarantee. Jumping players. Lots of damage. But neither a defender getting anything done. Rigon's going to play this very late. Perhaps tap the bomb, look for some damage, or grab the M4. Anything on the way out.
Now that round comes together because Big had decided to go heavy on the mid and lane fight. So they were handed an open sightline into the A play.
You what? What was he hoping for with that smoke? That's not how trigonometry works.
Feeling inspired maybe after the passion defuse earlier today.
Maybe if he walked out and then right-clicked it, maybe. But I think
timeout for Big. Timeout for Big. Kakafu's chance to get involved and have some words of wisdom here for the squad. Heroic nipping at their heels. Still not broken through just yet. But this would be the round to do it. And suddenly you'd be back on a level playing field all tied up. So Big know the importance of taking that momentum away right now. Back to heavy mid.
Oh, that volley.
Both teams have been keen to scrap for it. A Heroic really going to run back this A play. They hear all the shots in mid. Tess says, here's this. He's telling the rest of the guys, yeah, they've done it again. They've gone for the heavy mid, but heavy lane take.
Way quicker to adjust, though.
And this time, Searson out early on the AWP. Strikes while the iron's hot here as the push is just taking shape. There's the swing from JDC. That double that was promised in the last round, he collects here and now.
And just a bit of hesitation for Heroic on that play, right? If they went a bit sooner, they would have had way better timing. But it's not just Searson in Donut. It's the fact that JDC goes from being one of the mid-take players to being in Temple entrance just seconds later. Realizing they've not taken mid. We've got full control. B is pretty quiet. Let's just go back to this quick A. Make sure they don't do the same strat. So it's not even 2 players. It's 3 players all running back to the back lines of A. Great realization from Big. And Heroic, it just feels like they've been outcooled in this half as well as the last. And certainly outfragged. Dexter, non-factor, 6 kills. Tesses, who's had incredible form, 9. That's what Big say. Not on my watch. And Heroic, do or die right now. Win this rifle round or Big break your money onto 12.
I mean, something else is just the two players that were, you know, kind of space creators, space takers, both topping the charts for Big is like massive value. And now JDC in the second half is even keeping that going. Feels like he's everywhere he needs to be. Triple B lean to open up this round for Big. Because for the last few, Heroic haven't even been meeting them in middle. And so at this point, after these back-to-back A plays, this feels obvious to tabseN. This feels obvious to Big. Needs to hold the line, though. Just the one and done over in Cave. Regon posts up. CSN's winning fights over at ramp. Regon annihilates the Cave push.
And he just walks through. He just walks in. Oh, Regon, have some respect. Big breakthrough, 12-8. And Heroic, a sleepy game from them. Given what we expected, this has been a fantastic game from the Big Clan. Looking to break an 8-map winning streak on Ancient.
Sorry.
I mean, Regon's bought some of that flair, some of that smoke pushing, random timing type beat flair. Big new Eagle. CSN locks down middle on the AWP. Nerds eliminates it at the first hurdle.
And the rotates again, so good. JDC reinforces B.
That's the top performer dead for Heroic first in what might end up being their final round here on Ancient. That win streak brushed aside. The chance to go 2-0. Quickly forgotten about as Big have assembled the defense over at B. They are ready to receive this, and it's just Shush left. 1v4. It's been years since you last saw Big Clan at the Major. But they are about to find themselves with 3 chances to make it to the perfect world Shanghai one. As Shush, hoping, praying he's given anything. Both these B players are low. If there was ever a route in, it's that they are very wounded. If they swing on a rough timing, if they're too close together in this peak, that Galil could farm them. But Shush has to clear every single angle. Is he ready for the second man? Is he ready for tabseN? No, he is not. And so Big pick this one up. Cool, calm, collected, and not afraid.
And there you have it. That's the Heroic I've been talking about over the course of today.
Sure, Rich.
No, for real. Like, I mean, look, on paper,